Welcome to Recovery for Everyone. Regardless of what kind of addiction you have, as a believer, Jesus Christ has come to set us free. Now, most of us with addictions, and I know, I'm recovering from alcohol, drugs, sex addiction, pornography, sugar, caffeine. I understand breaking the chains of addiction. I also understand it's a process, and we need community, and that's what we're helping here. So every topic is to be a blessing to you, to help you on your particular road to recovery. Now, if you're not using the workbooks, Recovery for Everyone, I strongly encourage that. There's 100 exercises, the 12 steps. This is going to help you actually make it to the other side free. So you're not going to do this by yourself. I definitely encourage you to get into a Recovery for Everyone group. If there isn't one, start one. Every church needs one. If there's something like it close by, go to that. So I want to encourage you. Now, if you are not a subscriber to our channel, please hit the subscribe button because we have hundreds of videos to help you along your journey. Okay, if you have a question, please put it in the box below. I'll be happy to answer that as soon as possible. So enjoy today's topic. Feelings. I want to share with you a lot actually about emotions. I wish I could spend probably 2 or 3 hours on this alone, but I want to contain this just to a few moments with you. But feelings are really, really important as far as your recovery. Most of us, we are in addiction because of feelings. We didn't know how to feel. We didn't know what to feel. No one shared with us. We never saw it role modeled. All we saw was anger and confusion and chaos and around us. And sometimes we weren't allowed to feel. You know, some of the rules of a dysfunctional family: no feel, no talk, no trust. And so you had to suppress any feelings, and you had to operate as if you were some kind of robot or machine, as opposed to a human being who was, being bludgeoned and confused and neglected and trying to figure life out and asking lots of questions and stuff like that. And feelings are a part of everyday life all the time. You're feeling right now, you're feeling later, you're going to feel tomorrow, you're going to feel next day. We have almost an inexhaustible amount of emotional energy till death. And I do realize there's so little training in this. Okay, I got 4 degrees, none of them trained me how to do feelings. So as an addict, what am I supposed to do? I feel, I'm in pain, I hurt, I medicate. Now what happens is we repeat that pattern again and again. I feel, I medicate, I feel, I medicate, I feel, I medicate, thousands of times, and no wonder we have an addiction. Okay, so this is obviously not the way to do it. But what happens, because we feel and we medicate, we actually stop developing emotionally. Because the system doesn't improve and it doesn't expand and it doesn't grow and it doesn't differentiate between one feeling and another feeling. We tend to glob them together and medicate them all at the same time, so it doesn't even matter what we're feeling. We just know if we use, drink, smoke, relate, porn, whatever we're doing, it'll go away. So now in recovery, feelings become a whole new thing. Now, first of all, in your workbooks, make sure you identify your key strong feelings as far as what triggers you inside to create pain for you, to make you want to use, because that's really important, because that's an emotional trigger. You want to know about that and be aware of that. Okay, but another thing that's really important is being able to identify and communicate feelings. So in your workbook, this is really laid out clearly. I feel blank when, I first remember feeling blank when. There's a feelings list in the back of your workbook. You want to use that. You want to so do that exercise, because you will only get emotionally mature if you intentionally engage the process. You might be sober for a whole year, maybe be slightly more mature. But if you actually do the work and actually do the skill development that I'm asking you to do inside your Recovery for Everyone material, you'll be able to share your feelings. And listen to people in your group. Listen up. Because you can see people in early recovery, they don't share what they're feeling. They share what's going on. They share facts. They share their perspective, what other people have done to them. Okay. But they're not saying, I really felt isolated today. or I really felt desperate, or I felt even the positive ones, excited, exhilarated, energized. They don't use emotional language because they don't have emotional skills. But as you walk through recovery, as you sit in the room, you can tell the people who've kind of been doing the exercise, all right? And they're starting to share what they're actually feeling, and they can tell you what they're feeling right now. I really feel scared for you. I'm feeling really ambivalent about. And they can just identify their feelings so quickly. And so this is a gift that recovery will give to you if you do the work. Now, I want to take this feelings thing just a little bit further because I really like you to do it as couples too. If you are married, your marriage also is part of recovery. I see recovery as triune. There's his recovery if he's the addict, there's her recovery if she's the partner, and then there's the marriage recovery. And if she's the addict and he's the spouse, they both have to heal, and then the marriage has to heal. Doing the emotional exercise I'm asking you to do really is a marital healing thing. Now, when you do that, though, make sure you follow the guidelines in the material that talk about not using your spouse as an example. So you're not doing, I feel this when you, or you made me feel. You don't do any of that stuff. Okay, your feelings are your feelings. Now, let me tell you something about feelings. Feelings are not facts. Okay, you may be feeling tall, and that doesn't change your height. You may be feeling fat and still weigh the same. Your feelings are not truth either. Now, this is really hard because as addicts, our feelings have a lot of power in the way we operate, but they're not truth. Feelings pass, they come, they go, they leave, they change. They're like the wind. Okay, they just are. And sometimes they're accurate as far as interpreting what's going on around you, and sometimes they're totally way off. I mean, how many times have you thought someone was rejecting you or didn't talk to you, to find out 3 days later they were just sick? They didn't see you. Okay, that's why they didn't say hi to you. Well, you felt all rejected. Now, your feeling rejected was real for you, but it wasn't based on a fact. It was based on an interpretation of a fact. And a lot of feelings are based on interpretations, and even more feelings on the stories you come up with in your mind about the people around you. Okay? Especially as an addict, you tend to think that anybody who's really healthy who's trying to help you is out to get you. The story is, they just want me to follow Jesus. They just want me to be religious. They just don't accept me. They don't love me. They're controlling. They're legalistic. That's the story. None of it's true. They're probably the people praying for you and hoping you become who you're supposed to be. And they see the gifts in you, and they see there's so much more potential in you than what you're living. And they're actually true friends. So feelings cannot necessarily be interpreted as always factual because they're not. Now, as you're going around and you're sharing your stuff inside your groups, share your feelings. When you're making your phone call, share your feelings, okay? Especially if you're in trouble. There's just a daily phone call. Hey, this is Charlie, I'm just checking in. This is Susie, I'm just checking in. Here's what's going on with me. And then there's this is Charlie, I'm really in trouble. I've been sitting outside of 7-Eleven thinking about going in and getting a six-pack for about 20 minutes. And you're the third person, and the other two didn't answer the phone. And I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling disgusted. I'm feeling this. I'm feeling that. And then let the other person on the line ask you why and move through that and process your feelings. Because oftentimes, if you can process your feelings, that emotional constipation will begin to loosen up. And then you can say, okay, here's what I'm really feeling. And you don't have to go get a drink about that. You don't have to do any drugs about that. You don't have to call an ex-lover, friend, go gamble, spend money, go shopping, go overeating. You don't have to do any of that. You can actually just live through the feeling, share it, identify, communicate it, receive support. And it's okay to even validate that. Like if you're on the other end of the phone and Charlie's calling, you say, what, Charlie? If I had happened to me what happened to you today, I'd feel that too. I'd feel disgusted. I would feel what you're sharing. I validate that that's real, man. You're in real pain. You're in real hurt right now. I just want to tell you that's valid, and anybody would feel that way. Now, it doesn't mean you need to drink today or you need to use today. Okay, where are you? Let's go get a coffee. I just want to validate and affirm to you that that's a valid feeling, and you're probably feeling it in probably number 9 or 10 strength level. And so you're going to get through it. It's going to be okay. We're going to be here. We're going to go group in 2 days. We'll be able to get through this together. What do you need? Now, once you know what you feel, you know what you need. Okay, if you're feeling alone, you need to reach out. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you probably need to manage something better, or you need support. Feelings will tell you what you need if you just walk through the process. Here's what I'm feeling. Okay, here's what I need. Then how can I take responsibility to meet my need?
I hope you enjoyed today's topic, and we got plenty more. Now, you might want to subscribe so you can get those and be alerted when we put the next one up. So to do that, you need to hit the subscribe button. We love you. We want to hear from you. If you have a question, please put it in the box so that we can respond to you. And I'm just going to pray right now. Jesus, bless this person. The chains they have are not from you. The freedom that they have is from you. Help them to believe today that they are worthy to be free, that they are free in Christ Jesus, and they can be a blessing. This thing can become the medicine for other people's lives as they testify on what the Lord Jesus Christ has done for them. I love you, and please keep watching the other videos.